everyone tells you to build a course first, build a community first, create your empire first. I'm afraid that they're wrong. You see, being over 40 in your second season of life, you don't have time to waste. You can start making money today in your YouTube business, and it's not affiliates, it's not AdSense. But how do you actually do that when you're starting from zero and need money today? Well, I'm going to share with you what I did. When I started my online lifestyle business back in 2013, didn't build a course, didn't build a community. But by month 8, I'd made £126,000. But that was me. Let me show you what happened with my client, Rose. Rose learned an action what I'm going to share with you today. And within 1 month, without even launching a single YouTube video, she made 15 grand alongside her day job. Now, imagine what happens when she starts posting her first few YouTube videos, and that 15 grand is just the beginning. Well, by the end of this video, you're going to understand the exact YouTube business model that you should start right now based on 2 simple questions. Now, the first one, I've actually built a tool for you that gives you the answers in only 10 minutes. The second has the biggest impact, and it's the simplest answer, and it's the one that will move the dial for you most. You'll also see why these self-proclaimed gurus are telling you to build the wrong business first. And it's not because they're wrong, it's actually worse than that. So let me tell you what I see every single week. Someone over 40 messages me. They're a smart person, they're experienced, they've done well in their career, but yet they all say the same thing. Stephen, I've been building this for 6 months and I got nothing to show for it. 6 months, sometimes a year, sometimes even longer. They've built a website that nobody visits. They've recorded a course that nobody's bought. And they've set up an email sequence that goes out to 14 people. 6 of those are family. And the only person who opens it is their mom. Well, they're the lucky ones because my mom can't even use WhatsApp, never mind email. They've done everything the gurus told them to do. They chase the trends instead of channeling their truth. And now they're further behind than when they started. Except now they're also about 4 grand lighter and starting to think that maybe this just isn't for them. But here's what breaks my heart the most about this. It's not that they failed. It's that they were building the right business at the wrong time. The course, the community, the membership, those are real businesses. They work. I know because I run them. But they're not where you start. And nobody's told them or you that, because the people selling the how to build a course courses, they need you to believe that that's step 1. It's not. It's step 5. And everything before that is what actually makes that thing work. You see, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. And that changes everything about where you begin. So here's how I think about this now. After 500 discovery calls and 12 years of building, I see that there are 2 businesses inside every business. We've got the today business and the forever business. Now, the forever business is what you see everyone online talking about. Courses, communities, cohorts, memberships, digital products, and they're brilliant, genuinely. That's where the leverage is. That's where freedom is. But they need 3 things to work: an audience, proof, and data. Without those 3, you are literally building in the dark, guessing what people want, hoping someone shows up. That's phase 3, maybe even phase 4. The today business model is what nobody talks about because it's just not sexy. It doesn't make for a good Instagram post, and you can't sell a course talking about it for 5 grand. But it's the thing that actually works when you're starting from zero. It's grounded, not gimmicky, and it's profitable without you having to posture. And here's what the gurus won't tell you. And this is really, really important. They're not lying to you. Their advice actually works, but for their audience. You know, people who have already got traffic, people who already have proof, people in phase 4, 3, 5, 7, but not where you start. And I'm afraid that's just not you. Not yet. And that's not an insult. That's just simply where you are. That's just honesty. You're in phase one, and phase one has a completely different playbook. Rose made $15,000 in under a month before she even launched a YouTube channel. I made 126 grand in my first year, not from a course, but from discovery calls, one-to-one coaching, and some done-for-you work. The Today business model is not a warm-up act. For a lot of people, it is the business. And even if it's not your forever model, it's the thing that funds and validates what's coming next. And which one you should start with comes down to one question. The simplest question you'll hear all day. So let me show you what this actually looks like. And I want you to notice something really, really important. Every single step I'm about to share with you goes against what you've been. So step one, simple, just make a YouTube video. Now, not a polished one, okay? Not one that you've spent 3 weeks writing the script over. See, the gurus will tell you to wait until your branding is right, your lighting is perfect, and your niche is locked in. Ignore them. I'm literally living proof of their lies. You don't need more polish. You need more presence. So you make one honest video about a problem you understand, a problem you've lived. You speak your truth and you build your business and you publish it before you're ready. You see, done is better than perfect. Now, if you're not sure what that video should be about, the Hidden Asset Finder will tell you. There's a link in the description. Now, step two, during that video, you invite people into a conversation with you. I love a free discovery call and can prove it works. Now, every guru on the internet, they're going to tell you that free calls do not scale. That, well, you need a funnel, that you need a webinar, that free calls are a waste of your time. But they're wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. Because what happens on that call is something that no funnel can do for you. You listen. You solve a real problem for free, 20 to 30 minutes. No pitch, no slide deck, no limited time offer, no hidden scarcity. Your content isn't there to convince. It's there to create connection. That connection is what makes everything else work. And here's what happens next, literally almost every single time. A bigger problem shows up underneath. Something they didn't even know that they had. Something a course could never have uncovered because courses just don't listen. Now, you don't sell them anything. You show them what you've spotted. This is the thing that most people won't do because they think they've got to sell that thing. Now, for example, Terrence, he came onto the Tuesday mastermind call in the Heart Brand Blueprint this week. He had a question about pricing and he was concerned about putting his prices up. So I just sat there and I listened. He didn't have a pricing problem. He had a confidence problem. So when you experience something like that, you just simply share the roadmap. You say, if you'd like to work through this together, let's have another conversation about how that would look. They say yes because you've just proved that you can help them. Not with a testimonial, not with a flashy sales page, with a real conversation where they walked away better than they arrived. That's trust. And trust is the one thing that the gurus cannot automate. When you speak from the soul, you sell without selling. It is simply service. Now, that's not a tagline. That's what I've watched happen through over 500 of my own discovery call conversations. Now, here's the cool part that nobody teaches. Every single one of those calls gives you something back. Not just revenue, but intelligence. I'm kind of putting my police hat on here. The questions they ask you, those are your next YouTube videos. So you don't have to guess what to make. Your audience has just told you. Problems they describe in their words, not yours, that's now your marketing because you're speaking their language. So you don't need a copywriter. You just need to listen. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. And after 5 or 10 calls, something magical literally happens. You start hearing the same thing, the same frustration, the same sticking point, the same questions. That's your pattern. That is your gold mine. And the coolest bit for you? Most people never find it out because they've skipped that step and went straight into building a course about what they thought people wanted. Well, there is no algorithm more powerful than alignment. And this is how you find it. Now, watch what happens when you take that data and do something really smart with it. Now, I've run 4 live cohorts in the Heart Brand Blueprint. And after every single one, I do something that literally terrifies me. But the proof is in the pudding. I take all of the data, the updated data, fresh conversations, fresh problems, the fresh language from people like yourselves, and I feed it into AI. And I ask it one question. Is what I'm building actually right? Because here's the thing. I could be completely wrong. 4 cohorts in, and I could have been teaching the wrong framework the whole time. The data could come back and literally blow everything up. But every single time the data comes back, it says the same thing. The program is right, the structure is right, the order is right. That's real data confirming a real program. It's not theory, it's not guesswork, it's simply validation. Every single person in the Heart Brand Blueprint came from a discovery call. I didn't sell them in, they asked to join because they'd already been helped for free. I'd already proved that I could see what they couldn't, and they trusted me before they paid me. That is honesty in action, and it's very rare on the internet. And it's what happens when you build the today business first. You see, you don't need to chase clients. They come to you. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, I don't even know what my first video should be about, that's okay. It's actually normal. The hidden asset finder gives you that answer. So just drop asset in the comments and I'll send it to you. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. So let me just deal with that head on. For example, Stephen, I don't even know where my audience is yet. Well, when I launched this channel 2 years ago, I sold about $400 worth of products from my first video. I had a couple of hundred views, a handful of subscribers. That was it. You see, you are where I was. You don't need a big audience. I didn't need a big audience. I just needed the right people to find me. And they did through the power of YouTube. Because I used exactly the process I'm sharing with you right now. And speaking of audience and subscribers, if this is resonating with you, I would love for you to subscribe. Maybe even hit that like button. And please pay it forward and share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Because those are exactly the signals that I'm talking about with you today. That's how YouTube knows to show this to more people like you. And that's the today business in action right here, right now. So isn't that great? You don't need a massive audience. Rose didn't even have a YouTube channel when she made 15 grand. She just had conversations. Your first video doesn't need 1 million views. It needs one right person to book a call. That's it. And if you want to chat this whole idea through with me, you can book a no-pitch discovery call via the link in the description below. You see, you don't need to go louder. We just need to go deeper. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't know how to charge. Well, you will. After your first maybe 5 or 10 calls, you'll understand exactly what your time is worth to someone. Now, you can't figure that out from a pricing template that you downloaded off some internet guru or influencer off Tinternet. You figure that out by helping real people and seeing what changes for them. Now, you might be thinking as well, I've heard one-to-one coaching is a bad business model, Stephen. Everyone says it doesn't scale. Everyone meaning the gurus who are trying to sell you a course on how to build a course. Yeah, you still listening to them? One-to-one is only a bad model if you think it's your forever business. Guess what? It's not. It's your today business or even just a small part of it. And while you're doing it, you're getting paid, you're getting data, and you're feeling confident about what you do. See, that's three things a course launch on day one will never give you. Conscious business isn't soft, it's sovereign and very sustainable. But you might be thinking, what if nobody books a call, Stephen? Then you've just learned something super valuable in 2 weeks, not after 6 months of building a course in silence. No bookings simply means your message just needs adjusting. It's not a failure, it's actually feedback. And it's the fastest feedback loop that you will ever find. Now, if any of these doubts sound familiar, you're exactly who I built the Hidden Asset Finder for. Cuts through all of the noise and shows you where to start. It's completely free. It's my gift to you. Just drop the word asset in the comments and I will send it straight over to you. So let me bring all of this together for you. You don't need a course. You don't need a community. You don't need a funnel or a website or a perfect brand right now. They come later. And I wonder how many guru trolls are going to get in the comments and give me some grief over that. But you know what? It's true for where you. Here's what your week actually looks like in the today business. One YouTube video, just one, talking about a problem your audience has, a problem you understand because you've lived it or you've maybe helped somebody else through it. One discovery call, maybe two, completely free. No pitch, make that promise. That's what I do. And it works perfectly. You solve a real problem in, say, 20, 30 minutes. You uncover the bigger problem underneath. You show them that roadmap and you invite them to a conversation about working together. That's it. One video, one call every single week. And here is where it gets even cleverer. The discovery call gives you your next YouTube video because the problem they brought to you, that's the problem that hundreds of other people have too. So you can make a video about it. And that video brings in more discovery calls, and those calls bring in more video ideas. And so it goes on. The flywheel starts to spin. But it doesn't just stop there. When someone says yes to working with you, say one-on-one, whether it's a single session or like a bundle, whatever pace feels right for them, the challenges that you work through with them become even deeper content for your YouTube business. That's now the marketing around your product. Now, you don't share their personal details. You're never that unless they've given you permission. But it's the patterns, the sticking points, and the breakthroughs. Let me give you a quick example. One of my clients came to me because she didn't know what to teach. That was the discovery call problem. Easy for me to solve in about 20 minutes. But underneath that was a bigger problem. She didn't trust that her 22 years of experience was worth anything to anyone else. That became the one-to-one work. And that insight from that work, that smart, experienced people over 40 can't see their value and don't know where to start, well, guess what? That became this video that you're watching right now. Because most people don't know how to get started with the right business model for their starting point. Well, guess what? This is the map. This is the today business. You are sitting right in it. One call, one client, one video, all feeding each other. That's the today business. And I'm showing you it works. Not because I say so, but my client Rose proved it, didn't she? Because my cohorts have proved it. I proved it 12 years ago when I walked out of the police with nothing but a feeling in my chest and a daughter who'd just been born. Your lived experience is your loudest credential. Please don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. If you don't know what your today business looks like yet, go and use the Hidden Asset Finder. It's free, takes about 10 minutes, and it answers the two questions that matter the most right now. One, what is your hidden asset? And two, do you need money today or can you wait? It's completely free. It's my gift to you because I want you to succeed. The link's in the description, or you can just drop asset in the comments and I'll send it straight over to you. The gurus want you to build their way on their timeline for their audiences. I'm begging you to build yours. Start your today business, get the data, make the money, and let that fuel the empire that you're going to build on your terms. We're not building funnels, we're building futures. So now you know there's a smarter way to start your YouTube business than everything that's the internet's been telling you. You might be wondering what actually happens when you start having those discovery calls. What do people say? What patterns show up? And how do you turn those conversations into a business that grows itself? Well, watch this next video because I'm going to share with you what 500 discovery calls actually taught me about people over 40. What I found will change how you think about your audience forever.